Hello lovelies, welcome back. We're going to do a clearing on the higher heart chakra today, which connects with the thymus chakra there. So anything you want to know about that higher heart chakra, just Google it. All the information's on there. It saves me going on and on about it. So ensure that you're 100% open to receiving healing, and let's get started, okay? Right, so let's see where we are. So the higher heart chakra, which is the thymus, situated where the thymus is. So we're at 30 positive, 90 negative, and this is a request, and it's at incarnational level, so it's right down rock bottom. So let's do an initial clearing on this with your high self teams. Let's clear that away, shall we? And you can see on this chart all the different levels of consciousness here. It's in the books, so all the details are in the description. So but having said that, you know, a lot has changed since the books were written. A lot has evolved, so you'll get a lot of the information, but you won't get all the information from the books. You need to train in SRT if you want more information and how to use the system properly, and I don't teach it, so there are wonderful teachers out there, and if you contact the Spiritual Response Association in the US, they can direct you, or the details of my teacher who taught me SRT about 11 years ago, 11 or 12 years ago now. So Malabika Shaw, she's in the description. So she teaches online as well. Wonderful teacher, very knowledgeable. It's not something I wanted to do really, to teach SRT, so I have other plans in my life. But it's a wonderful system, and it seems to get to those places that other systems, I would say other dowsing systems can't reach. It's the Heineken of the Heineken of dowsing systems, I think, because we're getting to much higher levels of consciousness, to the roots of things that we couldn't reach with other systems. Other systems are very, very helpful, very, very effective as well, but I think this one just seems to reach those places that others don't. Right, okay, so where are we going first? Chart 6A, which is Master Programs, Discordant Energy. I also asked that imprints are cleared from here as well, but that's just the way I use the charts. So we have a Master Program of Failure, and that has other lifetime roots. I'm just going to ask that all master programs, all discordant energy, and any imprints that you might be running of failure are cleared from you there across all of your energy bodies. Failure is always such a biggie with people. So this is a request, and also there's another chakra one to do, which I will do soon as well, which is also a request. So I will always take the requests that will appeal to the most people first, so we get the majority of people first before the less popular ones, if you know what I mean. We're straight over to 17, which is Lord of Lords level of consciousness, which is the first expression of the living soul. So this is fine-tuning. As you can see, I've actually changed my charts, finally. They're all nice and clean. So what have we got here? We've got Messiah complex programming that's running at this level. We don't want that, do we? Let's clear all Messiah complex programming away. I have discussed Messiah complex programming before and Saviour complex programming. They are different. I've gone through it in other videos before. I won't go through them both now. 23 looks like spiritual realms programs. I'm not going through asking any specific questions for the group clearing, so I'm not darting about all over the charts. I'm just going through a very methodical way because it's a mini clearing and it's for a group. So it's different to individual clearings where I can go all over the place. Programs not on charts, so they have about 200 plus charts on the other side of life. We have about 30 something, so I'm just going to ask that the programs not on charts connected to the higher heart chakra are all cleared. Okay, chart 27, learning is fun. These are learning blocks at spirit level. So there's a block to oneness with God. Spirit is the goal. So let's just clear that learning block away. So I've had people say, why is your pendulum spinning so fast? And comments like that. When you work with the pendulum as often as I do, which is every single day, literally every single day, if I'm not clearing other people's stuff, I'm looking at my own stuff, then the pendulum becomes an extension of you, and you get to feel it, and you know when something's cleared and when it isn't cleared. It's just it just becomes an extension of you. So you might find with you that the pendulum spins really slowly. For me, it spins really quickly. It doesn't really matter whether it's fast or slow or what. The most important thing is you just relax with it. So I don't always get 100% right answers, because sometimes my mind is kicking in, especially when I'm looking at something for myself. My mind kicks in sometimes. I've got to clear the void here. So just get familiar with using your pendulum and how it feels when you get a positive answer, how it feels when you get a negative, how it feels when you know there's still something left, you feel that there's something left. It's just about relaxing with it. It's a tool. It's just an extension of you. It's a tool. I will muscle test myself as well. I can muscle test myself on my hands or with my body, or it's in hypnotherapy they call it an ideomotor response. So it's just about getting in touch with that subconscious part of you, or the superconscious part of you, the high self that that's working with you, through you. And that really depends on your intention there as well. So I always say at the start of these clearings, Spirit and I are one, and we work as a team, and nothing gets in the way. I always say that. Spirit and I are one, we work as a team, and nothing gets in the way, which means I don't get any interference. Very rarely do I get interference. And no, my pendulum doesn't get taken over by dark forces. That's the whole point of the prep to work process, is that you clear any outside interference, right? This is why prepping to work is so important, that you clear too many links. It says finished, wrap up. That you clear any extra links, that you make sure you're working with just the right amount of energies, all these checks, that you're working at the right level of consciousness, that your teams are working at the right level of consciousness. So I never skip the prep to work process. I always make sure it's done properly and thoroughly, and I'm 100% open to receiving healing as well. So it's really important. inside left. Blocks to giving freedom, blocks to abundance, blocks to vitality. This is all with the higher heart. Blocks to support. Okay, let's just clear all those blocks away. And I can feel at the end of the clearing, I know when the clearing has made a significant difference as well, because the energy, the pendulum goes as light as a feather. Because I'm so in tune with the pendulum, I can feel the energy, and it just goes. It can start off really heavy at the start of a clearing, and by the end of the clearing, it's floaty. It's difficult to experience it unless you're down, unless you douse yourself. Anything else? No, let's go to a quick mop up then. We're just doing a very, very quick mop up, which is where the bulk of the clearing takes place by the teams on the other side of life. And they go through all the things in all their charts, clearing what needs to be cleared from the higher heart chakra, which is situated at the thymus level. Okay. Anything else there? There feels like there's something else there. And there it is. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to keep the pendulum moving as well. If you're new to dowsing, keep the pendulum moving, because then you'll get the accurate. If you just sit there waiting for the pendulum to move, you'll be sitting there forever. So you've got to keep the pendulum moving all the time. And I'm at 13 programs before creation. Keep the energy flowing. So where are we going? Fire planet energy. There you go. Let's clear all fire planet energy. And this is at King of Kings level, which is the egg and sperm level of the soul. Well, I want to thank you for all your donations. I have a sneaky feeling there's somebody I've forgotten to thank. And I'll have to go back and make sure that I have thanked them. So if you're one of those people that I have forgotten to thank, you know how it nags away at the back of your mind. You think, I'm sure I've forgotten somebody. Sincere apologies. Really very, 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 very sorry if I've forgotten to thank you. Sometimes it's because the email on PayPal or whatever, it doesn't let me email you to say thank you. For whatever reason, it might be an old email, I don't know. So, and sometimes I might have 2 or 3 come in at once over the weekend, and I'm doing something at the time and I forget, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm ever so appreciative. I'm so, so grateful. I don't get very much from the YouTube videos. I do get a little bit, but this level is not very much, because I'm not getting millions of followers or whatever, but every bit really helps, so thank you. And you'll always get it back. Anything you invest in your spiritual unfoldment, you will always receive back from the universe. Okay, anything else? Now it feels much, much lighter. So let's see where we are with that. 100 positive now, 0 negative. At least radiant love, new paradigm level. Lovely. So there you go. Now, if you're new to this channel and you're going through, I'm going to do this clearing, this clearing, this clearing, this clearing. Can I please suggest no, please, because you're kind of defeating the whole purpose. You're getting too much control coming in then, and you're not allowing the full integration. These mini clearings can be really, really powerful, no matter how tiny they are, and even if they're group clearings. But you've got to let them integrate, and ideally you want 3 clear days in between every clearing. I would say, because the small clearings, don't do more than 2 in a day, and then allow 3 clear days for them to fully integrate. Otherwise you're or do that clearing, that clearing, that clearing, that clearing, that clearing, and I see people doing it, and you're actually not going to get any further forward as a result of it. You're just going to clear the same things that you just cleared. This is why you have to let them integrate. You've got to let them get down to a deeper level first, and then you're ready for the next clearing. Otherwise, it's just futile. It's just, you've just got to let it settle, let it fully integrate. Then you get the full benefits of it. And yeah, and then otherwise, many years ago, I created a bottleneck. I did so much clearing on myself every day for a year, every single day, not just the SRT. I did other stuff, theta and EFT and all sorts, every single day for a year. and I created a bottleneck because I didn't let any of it integrate, and I got very ill, very, very poorly as a result of it, for a couple of months, 2 or 3 months. So you've got to let this stuff, this is all powerful stuff. You might think, oh, it's just clearing a few programs, but at, you know, other levels, it's all going on. It's all happening. Ain't nothing going on but the rent, but it is. It's all going on, and the rent. So anyway, soapbox over, and wishing you lots and lots of joy and lots of abundance and prosperity, and I'll see you on the next clearing. Bye.